strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Bulldog here, and I am super excited today. I'm going to bring you a new format for these videos today. We're going to talk about Meta Fighter, an incoming fighter game that looks absolutely amazing. Looks like it has great gameplay. Looks like it has a nice economy, but we're gonna change things up. We're gonna still talk about the game. I'm gonna tell you guys why I like it, but then I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit and talk about kind of how, as an influencer, one of the ways that I actually get paid for making these videos, show you the deals that I get for making videos like this and what type of things I have access to, and then I'm going to give you guys that exact same access for this project. So this is going to be a kind of a different type of thing that I'm doing that I've never done before, so I'm curious to see how it goes. But first, let's dive into the game. We'll talk about the NFT pre-sale that I have access to at the end of the video. Let's dive into the game. I'm going to show you guys why I like this, why I'm so excited about it. Let's start off with the trailer, because honestly the trailer is going to sell itself a little bit here. Let's jump in, let's take a look. Here we go. All right, does that not look like a fun game to go out and play? I've talked so much about how there's just not a lot of fun NFT games out there. I want to be streaming NFT games. I want to be doing more streams, games that are fun to actually play in front of you guys with an audience and be entertaining. And there's not that many out there. So I'm excited about this one just around the corner. And it kind of reminds me, I mean, obviously we've got reminds me of Street Fighter. I never played Street Fighter, but I played the Marvel vs. Capcom. And that was a game I've played with my son that we really enjoy. So I enjoyed that. I think I'll enjoy this one as well. They have their token generating event coming up in 2 days on the 14th. NFTs are going to be just around the corner the following month. So let's go into their website. Let's kind of take a look at things in a little more detail. Let's scroll up, start at the top of their website. Oh yeah, you can win a Tesla as well if you participate in if you buy within the first 10 days, their token within the first 10 days of the token generating event, which again is on April 14th. By the way, I do want to say one thing here real quick, that if anybody's planning on buying this token on like the day it comes out or early on, I want to make sure you guys are aware that when there's a token generating event and it first hits the market, the prices are very, very volatile, extremely volatile. So it is a very high risk play to try and get involved in the market in the first few days. There could be a lot of money to be made if you play it right, but it can be a big gamble. So if you're interested in this for the game and holding on long term, it might not be a bad idea to wait a week or so until things settle down a little bit. But I mean, if you want to get risky and get involved at the very beginning, you can absolutely do that. I just want to make sure you guys know that things can be very volatile at the start. But their token will be publicly available on PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap right there in 2 days, April 14th, if you guys want to get involved here. So it is obviously a fighting game, and we've got kind of a little bit of an overview here, and I really like their balance. So like it says here in the middle, arcade gaming, no crypto, no problem, just play and have fun, no need for any blockchain assets. Now, it's not, having an NFT does give you an advantage. So you're not going to progress and play at the highest level without having an NFT, but you can play at the lower levels without having an NFT. And that's a great way to dive in and find out if you enjoy the game, right? Get started, play the game, see if you like it before you decide if you want to invest in an NFT. That can be a big barrier, right? If you've got NFTs that cost $500 or whatever the case is, and it's hard to go say, I mean, I've got to pay $500 before I even find out if I like that or not. Now, I mean, there is a rental system as well, which we'll talk about, but it's nice that you can go in and play against other players, play against the computer without needing to go buy an NFT. So what does that fighter NFT do? Why is it helpful? That is your character. You can level it up, improve the stats, improve the skills. You can customize those skills and kind of progress your character as you go on. Then you can take that character into battle. You can take it into there's a fight. They advertise it as like there's a fight to learn, a fight to earn. Fight to learn, you can actually go and you can fight against the computer in almost like a campaign mode to gain experience to help level up your fighter. You can fight against other players to help level it up. You can go into an arena and risk your token, wager your token against another player and go collect your earnings there. If you're good enough to go make money playing the game, that could be a very profitable avenue. If you're skilled enough, you can go enter tournaments, and that's going to be very exciting. There's a marketplace down here on the right. You can again trade them, you can rent them out. That's a must-have in any NFT game right now, a rental system that allows things like guilds to get in, allows investors to purchase their assets, and then when you're not using them to rent them out, not feel like you have to play every single day to get your money's worth for your investment. You can rent it out, get some passive income there. Over on the left is what I like. Arena NFTs. This is kind of like their land. Anybody who's been following my channel knows that I'm a land tycoon. I try to snatch up as much land as I can. Part of that's because I'm in the US and cannot participate in the ICO or IDO token sales because, you know, the government's out to protect me and everything. So I tend to invest into land. In this case, it's going to be arenas. And this is like you can run your arena kind of like a business. You can set, if you want to attract new players, you can set the level limits low, so that it's good for new players to come in and to fight. You can set it at the max cap and try to attract players, or attract the best players in the world to come play in your arena and then fight in wager matches, fight in tournaments. You can have you can put up sponsorships. You can get outside revenue from sponsors to put into your arena to bring in income. Or if you've got a business, you can plaster your own business or guild or whatever the case is. Plaster those ads across your arena to promote your own company, your own guild. And that's something that I've talked about in the past as well, that for play to earn, to really be sustainable, a game has to bring in outside revenue. Otherwise, it just takes this pyramid structure, right? That people complain about it and things are more valuable as long as there's more players coming in. But then as soon as the growth stops, then the prices all start to fall and kind of go down. If you can bring in outside revenue, it doesn't have to take that structure. And advertising revenue is one of the most obvious forms. So this is a way to bring in advertising revenue to the players, or to and in this case, the arena owners. But it's nice that the system is set up to allow for outside revenue to come in. So I feel like it's a very balanced. I mean, you saw the trailer, right? The gameplay looks great. Feels like the ecosystem is fairly balanced. You don't have a token with huge inflation that's going to cause a problem or anything like that. I feel like this is going to work. If it's speaking of the token, let's get into the token a little bit. How does it work? There is already use case set up for it. You gain experience benefits just for holding the token. Then you can stake your token and kind of choose what benefits you want from staking. You can stake to get more experience, so you can level up your NFT faster. You can stake to get free NFTs. You can stake to get skins. You can stake to get superpowers. So there's a lot of different options to improve your character, to get more skins, to get more characters. So there's value in holding those tokens. They can be, you can again fight to earn, you can wager to try and earn more, compete in tournaments. There is a lot of different use cases set up. So I think the economy is looking pretty good. And you got a good economy, if you've got even just halfway decent gameplay in this market right now, you're going to do well. So I think MetaFighter is going to be a very, very solid game here. So that's why I'm doing a video on it, right? Because I believe that they are going to be a great game. So why do I only make videos on games that I believe are going to be big? Well, first off, because I'm not going to do, I'm obviously not going to waste my time on projects that I don't think are good. I don't want to promote them to you guys if I don't like them. But I also have financial incentives to do this, because one of the ways that influencers like myself get paid's probably not the right term, but one of the benefits that we get from making videos is that we can get access to early sales with either NFTs or tokens or whatever the case is. So a lot of times you have to either have a lot of money or you have to have money or influence to do this a lot of times, right? You see that, I mean, we've had plenty of people that, oh, I want to invest in this game early. Well, you can't invest unless you've got $100,000 to invest, or unless you can offer them something. These games a lot of times don't just put out these early pre-sales to anybody. As an influencer, I get a chance to make content, and that gives me access to some of these deals. So I don't want to make if my payment is that I get cheaper access to buying these NFTs. That's what it is in this case. These are pre-sale NFTs, and I can get access to purchasing them at almost 50% off. Almost 50% off. And that's how it is with a lot of games. And I don't want to spend all my time making a video on something that I don't like or that I don't think is going to do well, just so that I can buy into them. And if they don't do well, so then I spend all the time making the video and then the money, and then you lose money off of it. That's not a good way to progress, right? So that's kind of how way a lot of these relationships work. And I am doing something different this time. I have partnered with a group that we are going to actually offer this to everybody. We are going to offer this. I've partnered with Cryptopia, and any of you viewers out there can now have access to the same deal that I have. And there is a limit. So in this case, it's a $15,000 limit. So I don't know if we're going to hit that or not. This is the first time we've done it. So who knows? But if you guys go to the link below, you can actually choose to purchase the NFTs at a discounted pre-sale price. So if you click on it, it'll give you some information about the loot box. But what it is, there are two options. There's a fighter NFT loot box that costs $275, and then there is the arena that costs $6,600. Yeah, again, it's a business opportunity. It's for larger groups, and that's the discounted price. So if anybody wants to get in this game early before the actual NFT sales go public, you can jump in the link below and make a contribution equal to one of those amounts. So if you're wanting to buy 3 fighters, you take 275 times 3 and you put that amount in. So make sure you send the right amount. It tells you the accepted currencies, all of that, all the information is down there. So anyways, that's the point. I want to give you guys the same opportunity that I have, and I want to see how this goes. I want to see where we can take this and see if this can be something that you guys as viewers like, if it's something that can boost the channel, if I can give you guys that same access. So we've got a different type of deal for me, and I want to know your feedback as well. So I think this can do well, because again, this is the only, I mean, basically this is peeking behind the curtain. This is how I get paid a lot of times with these types of things, is the ability to invest early, and then when these things shoot up, I can see huge returns on it. Sometimes we have projects where they don't work out. So as always, it is a gamble, but this is why I choose the projects that I really like and that I think will do well, because the better they do, the more profit we all get, right? So anyways, that's kind of your peek behind the scenes. Give me feedback, let me know, as always. And if you guys like this, if this does well, we'll keep this same format for some of the future videos where that's the offer, is getting discounted prices on some of the early investments. So also let me know what you think of the game. Meta Fighter, again, fairly simple, but simple economy, but I think it's going to work very well. They didn't make things over complicated. and then you've got fun gameplay. So I really like it. I think it's going to do well, and I can't wait to see it. Token generating event coming in 2 days, April 14th. NFTs will be here next month. Cannot wait for gameplay. The roadmaps, we're already a decent chunk of the way through the roadmap, so I think things are going to go well. Things are going to progress quickly. I can't wait to be streaming this game for you. I cannot wait, because it looks like a lot of fun. I'll see you guys then.